To everyone outside, he was a good man. Mr. Ton was respected in the community. A businessman. A provider. A church elder. He spoke gently in public and always wore clean, well-pressed clothes. He greeted elders with a smile and dropped offering in the basket every Sunday without fail, but what people didn't see was what happened behind closed doors. The mask. When I first met Ton, he swept me off my feet. He said all the right things. Held my hand in public. Called me queen. He told me I was the most beautiful woman he had ever seen. He didn't come from a rich family, but he was working hard, he said. He had dreams. He was charming, so charming, I didn't notice the red flags. He didn't like me having male friends. They want you, not your friendship, he would say. He didn't like me talking on the phone for too long. He always wanted to know where I was and who I was with, but I mistook control for care. I thought he was just protective. So I married him. The silence begins. The first slap came 4 months into the marriage. We were in the kitchen. I had added too much salt to the soup. He didn't yell. He just turned, slapped me, and walked away like it was normal. I stood frozen, shocked. The next morning, he acted like nothing happened. When I brought it up, he said, "You made me do it. I warned you before about how I like my food." Then he kissed me and left for work. That's how the cycle started. Insults became routine. He criticized how I dressed, how I spoke, how I walked. I couldn't breathe without doing something wrong. And when I did something too wrong, he would beat me. Scars they don't see. I learned to cover my bruises with makeup. I smiled when people visited. I served food like a good wife. But at night, I cried myself to sleep. If I was allowed to sleep at all, he began locking me indoors. Took my phone. Stopped me from working. I became a prisoner in my own home. Whenever I tried to speak, he'd say, "You want to disgrace me? You think people will believe you over me? I am respected." And sadly, I believed him. Even the day he beat me so badly that I couldn't walk for 2 days, I told the doctor I fell in the bathroom. I was scared of him. But I was more scared of no one believing me. When a child sees, the worst part came when our son turned 4, he began to notice things. He would cry whenever his father raised his voice. He would hide behind me when the door opened. One day, he said, "Mommy, why does Daddy hate you?" That broke me. I was protecting my marriage, but I was destroying my child. The turning point. One night, Ton came home drunk. He accused me of cheating because I had smiled at a neighbor earlier in the day. He said I was a disgrace. A harlot. Before I could defend myself, he pushed me so hard I hit my head on the wall. I blacked out. When I woke up, I was in the hospital. The doctor said I had a mild concussion. My sister had rushed me there. The neighbor had seen everything through the window and called her. That was the turning point. I was done protecting his reputation while losing my life, breaking free. With my sister's help, I packed a small bag and left the house with my son. I had nothing. No job. No money. But I had my life. Ton called, threatened me, begged me, insulted me, all in one day. But I didn't return. I reported him to the authorities. I found a women's support center that gave me shelter. I started therapy. Slowly, I began to heal. I found my voice again. Today, it's been 3 years since I left him. I'm raising my son in peace. I got a small job. We rent a 1-room apartment, but it's full of love and safety. People still ask me, "Why did you leave such a good man?" And I smile, because now, I understand. An abuser doesn't always look like a monster. Sometimes, he looks like a gentleman.
Subscribe to Omolega TV and enjoy unlimited